Hello, I am Rachel Tullis, and I am going to be showing you how to build your Saint palette when you first get your order in the mail. So if you have seen some of my videos, you probably know that you have this compact and that you have these little tins that are magnetic that fit. So they will come in your package with the lid on. You just slide them up like this, and then you'll pop them right into your compact like so. So after you get those in place, I usually put them in order of what I use, but you can do it however you want. I usually do my contour, which is your darkest shade. Then I do my brightening highlight, which is your lighter of the two foundation shades. My main highlight and my lip and cheek. Again, this is totally up to you what order you want those in, but those are the order I use them on my face. So I just like to put them like that. I'm going to show you the 3D brush. This is the most popular brush that most people get to begin with. You can apply and blend with either side. It's double-ended. It's super handy. So when I start, I'm going to take my contour shade, and I'm going to make this so you can actually see. So I'm just going to kind of dab my brush into it. This is cream, so a little bit goes a long way. And I am going to feel for my cheekbone and not go below my cheekbone, but actually go right on the base of my cheekbone like that. So a little higher than most people think. And then I'm going to go around my hairline right here, pretty close to my hair. Do the same thing over here, pretty high up on my cheekbone. I'm not going past like the corner of my iris, I think it's called. So I wouldn't go like past your pupil or mid cheek, so like that. And I'm gonna go along my jawline. This is just helping to create dimension and shadow with your natural features. And then I'm going to do the sides of the bridge of my nose. So I like to tap my fingers in it like this, put those fingers together, and then I like to go like this because I can get a skinnier line. So you're not doing the sides of your nose. That actually makes your nose look wider. You're doing the sides of the bridge of your nose. I kind of connect that up to my eyebrows, and that's about that. And again, this is just to add dimension, okay? So I'm not trying to change the shape of my nose. I'm just giving a little dimension. Next, I'm going in with my brightening highlight, this lighter shade, and I am going to do the inner and outer corners of my eyes. So when I do this side, I'm going up towards my temple. This kind of helps give a lifted look. I'm not putting a lot of this lighter product right under my eyes. I do have a little bit of dark circles, so I will put some of my darker shade there for more coverage, but this is to brighten. And then I'm going right down the center of my face. So between those skinny lines, right here and right here. So that was my brightening highlight. Okay, and next I'm going into my main highlight. So the darkest of my two foundation shades, and I am just dabbing in like that. And I am going to just pat that on. You could also do this side of the brush. Again, it's totally your personal preference, and you could do it like that. So this is just going to fill in these spots where you don't have anything else, basically. So I'm just kind of going in around what I've already put on, like so. Doesn't matter if this looks messy because you are going to blend it all out anyway. So I'm doing the sides of my nose here since I've only done the top. Right under my eye, I did across my forehead, temples, and like I said, just anywhere that I did not have anything else. So I prefer a really bright blush look. If you wanted to, you could go ahead and put your blush on right now and then blend, but I really like my blush to stand out. So again, play around with that and see what your personal preference is. You don't have to do this, but I sometimes just wipe my brush a little bit, but honestly, if you can't do that, I really don't feel like any extra product gets stuck on here. So now that I have it on, I'm going to go through and blend. When I blend, I'm not rubbing it all around. I'm doing like a patting or stipling motion. So I'm just pressing this into place, blurring all the harsh lines. I like to save my contour for last. I'm going to work my way around. I'll flip it over and get by my eyes. Again, I'm just pressing into place. Kind of like a dabbing motion, like so. It's pretty common in the beginning to, one, use way too much product. So when you're all done, if you feel your face and it feels sticky, it means you've used too much. You can resolve this by getting a beauty sponge, just barely damp, wring it out really well, and pat over. That'll help remove excess product, and it'll help ensure that everything is really blended. with practice over time, you will get it down to where you get just the perfect amount. Also, what's common in the beginning is to overblend. So like, look at my contour here. I am really just I'm working that in an upwards motion towards my hair, but I'm really just dabbing because I don't want to blend that away. I want that to show just a little bit. So it's easy to overblend. So I'm just going to kind of pat and dab. Your contour is a little more firm than your other creams because it's designed to stay in place. So you do have to push on it a little bit harder. And then your jawline, I always go down with that. Like so. And you'll probably forget that the first couple times, and you'll get in your car and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I have a brown line around my neck, because I'm sure this is somewhere you've never put makeup in your life until now. So okay, so that was pretty much it. As you can see, I already have a really good detailed look. I already have my cheekbones popping a little bit, and I already look like my complexion is nice and clear and smooth. But I am going to go over with blush because that's kind of the fun part. You can change your blush all the time. When I color match you, these 3 shades usually stay the same. Lip and cheek, that's totally up to you. You could use a different one every day if you wanted to, depending on your outfits and your preference. So when I do my blush, I like to wear mine high. It's totally up to you. You could do yours here in the middle, however you want, but my preference is I do 2 little dots, just like that. I just like to put it on my finger, 2 little dots. And again, this is lipstick and blush in one. I'll get that on. And then when I take my brush, I'm just kind of swirling, dabbing that in. Again, placement on this is totally up to you. I like to bring mine up my temple a little bit. Okay, if you feel like you got too close to your under eye with your blush, you can go like that. Kind of clean that up if you need to, but that's it. That was easy, and I have a nice detailed sculpted look using just 1 compact and only 1 layer, well, plus blush, but pretty much 1 layer of makeup. I don't feel like it's cakey. I don't feel like it's heavy. It's not going to settle and dry out on me. It's naturally hydrating. And again, a little bit goes a long way. So play around with it and feel free to ask me any questions. I'm happy to send any other videos or tutorials or help you any way I can, and have fun with your new makeup.